And here we are at Ridgeview High School, promoting our school, securing our future. Kevin Miller in the morning. Phone number is 580-5436, 580-KIDO. If you have any comments over last night's local elections. As you heard Maggie talk about, big upsets in Nampa, where you had Debbie Kling beating Bob Henry. And, we're talking about this. Only 7,000 people voted in a city of 91,000. Amazing. And then in Caldwell, you can get elected mayor like with 3,000 people voting. 3,000 people don't even have to vote for you. Mayor Nankolis won his sixth term with only 2,100 people voting for him. And you got a city of like almost 60,000. And if you missed the last hour, Hank from Boise is complaining about, and not complaining, but rightfully saying, how the city of Boise, you have to, it's taxes this, taxes that. Well, you had 20,000 people vote for, another levy or to open the levy or whatever the heck it is. It's got to be so frustrating, but without the organization, without the passion, if you're not going to take the time to vote, then, this is what happens, unfortunately. And we can talk about big money and big this and big that, and I suppose that's to a case, but, you have to try, you have to vote. Heck, I voted yesterday. My team lost, but that's just how it is. But I'm amazed that you can get elected to a pretty high, powerful position. You take a look at Caldwell, again, 60,000, 65,000 people, and you can win with, 2,100 votes. Nampa with about 3,800 votes. Boise a little more, but, it's kind of not strange, but it shows you people have kind of checked out when it comes to voting, and we get the government we deserve, unfortunately. Phone number's here, 580-5436, 580-KIDO. Let's go to Debbie Kling. She's joining us now, the new mayor of the city of Nampa. Mayor Kling, good
morning.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. I was just listening to your comments, though, about the number of voters, and I have to say we really did have a low voter turnout. We need people to stand up and speak up, right?
Indeed. Were you surprised that the turnout was so low?
I was. 4 years ago, the turnout was about, I think it was 7,800 total votes that were cast, and this time we were well under that, and that's amazing. It's amazing. I'm not sure why people are not engaged in their local government. It is the greatest opportunity to make a difference.
And speaking of making a difference, as we've said, congratulations to you, but can you describe for us as the head of the chamber jumping into the arena, the foray into politics, what was it like for you? And obviously you'd recommend it for people, but can you give us a recap of the campaign?
And in my role as president and CEO of the Nampa Chamber, in some ways it was very hard to have a campaign because I did not want in any way to bring any harm to our chamber. The Nampa Chamber of Commerce is amazing, and they do such great work and such an important entity in our community. And it's just important that we have good relationships that are ongoing. And so to run for mayor was challenging and had definite risk in relationally, but you know what? It worked out good. We ran a good race, a positive campaign, and I'm glad it turned out the way it did.
What was it like for you to, all of a sudden you have these forums, these debates, reading about yourself in the paper? What was that like for you, Debbie, as a person?
It really wasn't difficult at all because over my career, I've been in different positions where you've done interviews and you've visited and spoken, and so really it was a very easy transition for me. It was not at all challenging or intimidating at all. So it just, you take it in stride, and here you go.
What was this race about?
I think it was about hope and a future. People need vision, and they need to feel like they know where they're going, and they need to have hope in their community. And I think ultimately that's what it was about.
Amazing when you think about this. So, we always ask the president, their first 100 days. What will that be like for you, ma'am?
The very first thing I'm going to do is implement a code of ethics for our city government, for the council, for elected officials in our community. I think that it's important that we operate by a code of ethics, and we need to adopt one. And then we'll be looking at, I've already been working with Beth Einig, Director of Economic Development. She's doing a great job. And we'll just be looking at the plans because economic development is so important. I've already been working with the Main Street program downtown Nampa, and we'll continue that. It's just creating the strategy for how you pull it all together. And then, as we all know, funding for streets and infrastructure is always challenging. I think we need to be creative and look at things differently. What's that next alternative instead of just saying, well, we don't have the budget? How do we get there? Because we have to get it done. We need street repairs. We need sidewalk repairs. So we just need to figure out how to get it done. And we will, because we have smart people in our community. And I so look forward to bringing our community together and to unite us and get the work done.
Nampa Mayor-elect Debbie Kling with us here at KIDO Talk Radio. Kevin Miller in the morning. Nampa's special place, the third largest city in the state. Obviously, Nampa and Meridian going neck and neck. This is an exciting time, not only for the area, but for your city. One, we're taking a look at all the new businesses coming in. And in my education in your city with our friends David Ferdinand and Tom Dale and the Canyon County Commissioners and obviously our friend Joe Bell, you know, it's always about inviting these businesses from the outside to come in. What will your role be in that as far as being an ambassador for Nampa?
You know, I have been a champion in my role as CEO of the Chamber. And so, again, it's going to be just transitioning as mayor to having our community be welcoming, making sure that we service them well. Remember when Twin Falls, Chobani came in, and you know what? The championing word was that we got it done. We got it done quickly. It was easy. And that's what we need to be as a community. And I think we've been doing a pretty good job there, but we need new companies looking to do business in Nampa. And so we'll just be that welcoming community that services these businesses well.
Sure, and obviously Nampa's relationship with the county, how do you envision that?
Very positive. I tell you, I have great working relationships with all of the county commissioners. And I look forward to building that relationship because as a county, right, Canyon County, it's a wonderful county with great assets. So the collaborative effort as we look at, especially even jobs, recruitment, working alongside Caldwell, it's important that we work together because we are better together than we are individually. And so the people that know me, I'm a collaborator, and let's work together and see how we can get it done. So it's going to be great.
Indeed, and of course we're here at Ridgeview, a lot of new subdivisions going up around here. And, this part of the Treasure Valley, Debbie, your area is growing.
It is growing. And I tell you what, we are so blessed to have two amazing school districts, the Nampa School District, the Valley View School District. We have several schools in the Valley View School District within the Nampa boundary, as you know, and great leadership there at Ridgeview High School with Julie Yamamoto and the school district leadership there. And Nampa's blessed when you look at what we have with the schools that we have in our community. And yes, there's tremendous growth. And I feel like educationally, our schools, we're pacing. I know there's work to be done, but we're pacing, and we've got some great educators and leaders.
Nampa Mayor-elect Debbie Kling with us here, KIDO Talk Radio. Kevin Miller in the morning. Obviously we're in Canyon County today. Any thoughts to our friends in Ada County that you'd like to welcome them to your city, to your county? We kind of joke about that, the state of Ada and such, but what would you like to say to folks in Ada County?
Spend time in Canyon County. I think sometimes Canyon County or in Nampa as a whole, it gets a bad rap, and people have an image. And I tell you what, I like to say Nampa is what America was, where community helps community. People that live here absolutely love it. And so come visit. And you know what? Our downtown will be an amazing place at some point, so they're going to have to come visit. We're not there yet, but we're going to go there. So, you know what? We are the Treasure Valley, right? And so we need to just hang together as a community. And, Kevin, thank you for all you do and for your talk show. You do an amazing job.
Well, we appreciate you. We can't wait to cover the wonderful things going on in Nampa and here in Canyon County. Finally, we love law enforcement here. I know you're a big proponent of law enforcement. Any thoughts on the first responders, the fire, the police under your tenure?
Well, we need more police on the street, and our police and fire know that they have my support. I appreciate the work they do. They're amazing. We have amazing people at the helm, great leadership, and I've already spent time with them, and I just look forward to working with them, and I just champion our public service providers. They do an amazing job.
Well, Mayor-elect Kling, we appreciate you, and thank you for taking the time last week to stop by, and we so appreciate you calling in this morning.
Thank you. Well, you take care, Kevin, and great job.
And we'll see you next week.
Yes, I'll see you there in Nampa.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
There we have it, the mayor-elect of the city of Nampa, Debbie Kling, joining us this morning, calling in, describing the race, urging people to get involved in government. There you have the president and CEO of the Nampa Chamber making a difference. And as I said to you yesterday, it's very easy, being a politician, just being a candidate. It's kind of like being a person that competes in the CrossFit or in bodybuilding or in something else at the gym. Sure, you can go to the gym, you can be involved, you can look good with your T-shirt on or your shorts or what have you. But to put it out there, to get into the arena, to get on stage, it's probably less than 1% of the population that are actively involved, similar to the gym population. So that is amazing. And again, going over the election results in Nampa, Debbie Kling winning, Mayor Nancolis winning his sixth term in Caldwell. In Star, the recall effort did not work. Those were the big races that many of you were watching. And we'll continue on at 580-5436. If you want to talk about yesterday's elections, we'll obviously hear what you have to say. We're at Ridgeview High School, promoting our schools, securing our future. And coming up, we'll take a look at tax reform and what it's going to take to keep America safe. Kevin Miller, KIDO Talk Radio. And to our friend Joe, congratulations, Joe. Let me know if we can make that announcement of the papers being signed. A change in the city of Nampa. We continue on from Ridgeview High School, promoting our schools, securing our future. Thanks to our friends at CapEd Credit Union and Team Mazda Subaru. We are here at year 2 of the Ridgeview Warhawks. That's right, a brand new high school here in the Treasure Valley. And friends, we're going to get used to a lot of that these years of saying a brand new school and brand new high schools. You take a look at the 2 recent additions in Meridian that are already busting at the seams, Rocky and Mountain View. Then you take a look at Ridgeview here. I think there's going to be another one in West Ada, then possibly a couple of middle schools and a high school in Star, Idaho. Education will be front and center for quite some time. 580-5436, 580-KIDO. We are taking your results of last night's election. We do thank Nampa Mayor-elect Debbie Kling for joining us this morning. Really appreciate that. Let's go to the phones, and we go to Patriot Ray on KIDO Talk Radio. It's been a while. Good morning, sir.
Yes, my friend Kevin. How are you today?
It's always
living
great.
The dream?
It's all living the dream. It's always great to be here at Ridgeview. Love the Warhawks.
Well, all the good schools out here, Valley View, Ridgeview, they're all, and even Columbia and those, they're all great schools, and they're doing the best they can to educate our kids and good education. I just wish they'd teach more history than they do. Not real history, not the make-believe stuff we're hearing. But, I voted last night. I always try to vote. I don't think I've missed any voting in the last years or more. And I just really enjoy the opportunity to get out and vote. Those who refuse to vote or say it doesn't count, then they just need to be quiet when something doesn't go the way people should. Kevin, we appreciate that you get out to the schools. Looking forward to next week. I want to challenge all of my friends, my past buddies in the plumbing business. I hope that they will come out in force and donate generously to the mission. We always support the mission as you do. Because of you that we do that. So we appreciate all that you do with the mission and everything else. Keep up the good work, Kevin. 580 KIDO, we just love the station. We love Kevin Miller. So everybody who wants the truth, tune in. Thank you, Kevin. Have a great day, and God bless.
God bless you, my friend, our great friend Patriot Ray. Kevin Miller in the morning here at KIDO Talk Radio. Let's go to Cindy in Caldwell. Good morning, Cindy.
Hey, good morning, Kevin. Thank you for mentioning Mike Pollard. Yes, I did vote for him again.
Big Mike.
And thanks for mentioning my friend. I talked to him a lot, David Fernandez. And, Debbie Kling, very interesting what you asked her, none of which, in talking to her, she came out to a lot of events, and I spent actually quite a bit of time talking to her. So I would like to say none of the questions you asked her, nor was I, and I told her the truth. The billionaire at the barricade, the populist revolution from Reagan to Trump, has a cover picture on it. So I'm really not impressed, and someone tells me, even the person I helped with his election, that they are part of the United States Chamber of Commerce, because on the cover you got a sign from them, all these at the barricade resisting what Trump stood for, not my president, sanctuary cities, do today. But I have to say she was very honest and open, much more about what is taught in the public schools, government schools, that I asked her. You asked her about, how she supports our military and police. So I was very impressed that she was very one-to-one open and honest, although I would never vote for someone. I know all about the Chamber of Commerce, but I would like to say I do thank you for being at the schools. I, though, have a very sadness in my heart about what I do agree with you that the government schools have secured our future. That part is true. But I wish that, with school levies and this and that all over the place, I'm so sorry, especially with the wake of communities not understanding that they also there's bad guys, and they need to protect the good guys, that are trying to, like with the jail. Or how about this one? Seriously now, you people need a state hospital, a mental institution. Not necessarily everybody with the kumbaya come into the neighborhood, because you are clueless about what you're going to be trying to deal with when you've deinstitutionalized people that not necessarily have the ability to live productively, healthfully, or not a danger to themselves and others in a community. So I'm glad she won. I will say that. I'm glad Mike won. I tried to get people to vote in Caldwell. The bottom line is people feel much like they did, before Donald Trump. They're sort of purposeless. What does it mean? Because I go to the council meetings. Why even bother to go? They're going to go do the people up there what they're going to do, whether it be urban renewal or anything else. So that hopelessness, is still there. I'm still hoping that there will be enough people coming alongside Laura Ingraham, as she says in the book. It's not even about Donald Trump. It's about, saving America. It's about, balancing our federal budget. It's about, and I'm going to say this right out there, restraining local school boards and people getting involved on the school boards, and also securing our borders. So I have hope in the future. Got a few people to get out to the polls, but they couldn't have made it easier. I early voted. I mean, you could pull up to a spot and they would come out to you. So there is sort of this lackadaisical, head in the sand kind of thing. But you're out there, you've told them, and that's all you could do is be a seat planner.
God bless, Cindy.
Hey, you too now, Kevin. Have a great day over there. I just passed you last night coming home from, guess what I saw again and brought more people? Wow. Let there be light. 100 people in the movie theater. We're going to shed some light in this nation despite everything that's going on. God bless, Cindy. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Let's go to traffic and weather.
Let's go to Liberty Linda with Kevin Miller at KIDO Talk Radio. Good morning, Liberty Linda.
Yes, good morning, Kevin. You know, I always love it when you go into the schools. We have so many intelligent children here, and I love hearing their goals they have in their life. It's just overwhelming. And, anyway, I just wanted to call and comment on that. So proud of the children of this area and the schools. And I loved what Julie had to say this morning. Wasn't she a unique individual?
She is a real blessing to the community and somebody that really appreciates what the community has to offer and understands the partnership.
Mm-hmm. I like what they said about learning the Constitution. There are things I need to learn about the Constitution, so I'm glad that they're teaching that to the students in the schools today. We need to understand our founding fathers, our Constitution. So many people do not understand it today. And anyway, I really liked what Terry said, that you are our hero. Yesterday he said that, and he's absolutely correct. Every morning I think how thankful I am that you are on the radio and that you are there for us. I just want to let you know that, Kevin. And I'd like to say, yay, for next week, don't be a turkey, give a turkey.
It'll be a fun time. The show never ends. We literally go from, 5 in the morning till about 7 at night where, people stop by. Usually Terry is my permanent co-host for that entire time there. So it'll be fun, not only getting turkeys, but hearing the stories of people going on and on. It's a great tribute to the generosity here in the Treasure Valley.
Well, Terry's a great guy, and it's amazing the people that love you, love your show, and they are wonderful people as well. You have some of the greatest people here that call in, and I am so thankful for them and their contribution and the things that they say. Anyway, I love to see someone with a cowboy hat, cowboy boots, and a gun.
All right, Liberty Linda, thank you.
Well, thank you, Kevin, and we'll see you next week.
Okay, have a great day.
You as well. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And remember, Miller's Mission, we're rolling. That starts this Monday, where we live once again at the Walmart, Garrity and Franklin. We'll be there from Monday morning until Saturday night, collecting your turkeys in helping folks at the Boise Rescue Mission. Remember, it's always better to give a turkey than be a turkey. Brought to you by Team Mazda, Subaru, Camping World, and the Boise Rescue Mission. You're listening to Kevin Miller on KIDO Talk Radio. Good morning, Maggie.
Good morning.
And here we are, Kevin Miller in the morning at KIDO Talk Radio. Phone numbers 580-5436, 580-KIDO. We're here at Ridgeview High School, home of the Warhawks. Joining us now, Mr. Fred Johnson, science teacher. Mr. Johnson, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And you pointed out to me that this is not your first rodeo with us.
No, I met you at Napa Senior High a few years back.
And it's great that you're still employed, and I'm still employed after a few years. So.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about the challenges of teaching science. Is it a challenge these days? Many people say, the popular thing is American kids aren't into science and math as they should be.
Yeah, I think that's been a concern, but one thing I've learned about the students here and wherever I've taught is that if you can generate a good relationship with them and interest in the subject matter, the kids we have here are the best in the world. They're tops. And some of these students that I've had, I look back when I was in high school, we weren't expected to know half as much as they were or do half as much. Some of these students are taking multiple AP courses. They're involved in athletics and school activities like Honor Society. It just boggles my mind how they juggle that home life and a job. They're pretty amazing people.
You think technology plays a part in it, considering, you can get college courses now in high school, you can take AP classes, you can graduate high school with, an associate's degree. Are we more wired, do you think, for education, the kids today, because of, the technology of a phone or an iPad?
Yeah, I think that plays a huge part in it, what they can do online. But what's amazing to me is what we offer here. Same thing with multiple schools around the area. You can, like you said, graduate with an associate's, and the opportunities they have. I don't know if you remember high school science, but we had physical science, biology, chemistry, physics. That was it.
Right.
And these kids can take anatomy, they can take chemistry, AP chemistry, pre-AP physical science, physics, geology, astronomy, you name it, zoology.
Sure.
It's like a small college unto itself.
Mr. Johnson, let me ask you about the future of education.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday I had a chance to go to a company, a very hidden company in the Treasure Valley. They generate millions of dollars of revenue. Nobody really knows about them except outside of our area. They're very big on social media and marketing and such. I did a little field research, and I decided I would go in, and I wanted to talk to a person. And, you know, this company, again, you probably got the oldest person is probably 26. But, again, they're a multi-gazillion dollar company that does, you know, internet marketing software incredibly well. So I decided to go, and it's leading up to you, so just the build up here at KIDO Talk Radio. So I go in, I'm talking to this young lady, probably 23, if that, and I said, I'd like to talk to a person. And very nice young lady said, well, no, we don't really have people here to talk to. And I go, what about Timmy over there hanging the lights? Well, they're shooting a video that's going to go worldwide. And I go, well, okay, I'm a customer. Well, I guess the difference how we're wired as opposed to the kids of today. And I said, well, you can go to a split screen and, you know, Sammy in Sacramento will teach you how to do it. I go, no, I don't want Sammy to do this. I'd like to talk to somebody. And it really was, I like to call it analog America versus Wi-Fi America. But kids today, it seems, are more wired to learn from a computer than a person. Do you find that, and how do you overcome that, being involved in 1 on 30 or 1 on 20 when you're in a classroom?
I don't know if they're more wired to learn from technology. The opportunity certainly is there for them to do that. I still believe firmly you can't replace that personal interaction you have in the classroom, being able to do something hands-on, being able to form that relationship, because a teacher really can't teach someone their content unless you have that level of trust between you and the student. And I really find that the future of education, we're not going to replace teachers with all terminals and long-distance learning, although that's a great opportunity also. But I firmly believe you have to have that personal interaction.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and is it possible to replace a one-on-one relationship with an online relationship? There was a book written 20 years ago, Applebee's America, where you had people that, because they read newsletters, it was like their own it was a community. It was very similar to like being in a neighborhood. Are we going towards that, or are we still once again going to value that conversation like you and I are having right now?
It's my hope that we continue to value that one-on-one conversation. It is the technology driving us in a different direction, certainly. I mean, it wasn't all that long ago that we all had landlines. And, you know, the idea of a flip phone was an extravagance compared to what they're carrying in their pockets today. I just truly would hate to see the lack of that personal relationship and that one-on-one. But as I said before, with the technology that's offered, that's an additional opportunity for some students who maybe don't have the time. It's more convenient to get online and take a course. And in that case, you know, that's something that they should take advantage of.
Sure. Do you feel a significant responsibility being a science teacher, since that is where the country needs science and math teachers? We talk about the growth of STEM. That's been huge in the past few years here in the Treasure Valley. You being right here in the mix of it, what do you think?
I think it's a responsibility to be a teacher, period. But speaking for my own content, I look at scientific literacy being one of the most important things for me, not necessarily creating a workforce of trained scientists and engineers, although that needs to be there. I really want to see an intellectually involved population of voters who knows enough about the issues in science today that they can make informed decisions at the polls.
Finally, year 2, is this like a startup here, really? I mean, you've been an educator many years.
Mm-hmm.
Being involved in a startup, how does that change from going to, let's say, Nampa High or some other place that has a tradition?
We're building our own traditions, and it's a pretty amazing tradition to see that just in our second year, we began with RHS, the Warhawk Way, respect, honor, service. These students are rising to that expectation. Amazing character in our young people. Like I said, we're developing this tradition of the Warhawks and this notion that we're honoring the greatest generation, and this is, as our sign says out front, the next greatest generation.
Right.
Yeah.
Anything else, sir?
It's an honor to be here.
Honor to have you.
Thank you.
Honor to have you. Thank you very much, Mr. Johnson. Take care and have fun teaching today.
I will, absolutely. Have a great day.
Okay. 580-5436, 580-KIDO. Let's hear from Dave Brown. His mom survived that shooting in Texas.
It's another day at church, just sitting there enjoying the sermon. Shots were heard coming in through the windows, and the shooter entered, and the Sunday school teacher sitting to her right yelled, "Get on the floor." So she got on the floor. The lady to her left got on the floor. The Sunday school teacher ran, and that was the last she saw of him. Doesn't know what happened to him.
There you describe it. Dave Brown's mother, Frida, was attending the services as she had for the past decade when the firing started. In an exclusive interview with KIDO Talk Radio, the young man's son said his mother was in shock like everyone else when she heard the shots firing. Amazing. And amazing when we hear about what is a hero. If you missed our Miller Minute story on that, the gentleman that got in the truck and went to hunt down this person told us a little bit about that yesterday. It is amazing. And these tragedies really make us appreciate how special life is, how special and significant, and how blessed we are to live here in the Treasure Valley. You're listening to Kevin Miller on KIDO Talk Radio. KIDO Talk Radio, Kevin Miller in the morning. We go to Tea Party Bob, the publisher of the Gem State Patriot on KIDO Talk Radio. Good morning, sir. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Good morning, Mr. Miller. How are you today?
I am living the dream.
You're always living the dream. Just don't make it into a nightmare. You know, I have to tell you, I have never been so disappointed in my fellow Americans here in the Treasure Valley in the abominable low turnout for yesterday's election. You know, the right to vote is what our forefathers fought for when we gained our independence, and one of the most precious rights we have in this country. To see the apathy that was displayed yesterday at the polls was very disconcerting. It tells me that either people don't care or they just don't think they can change anything by voting. Or maybe they don't think they have the time to exercise their right to vote. You know, you said earlier, we get the government we deserve. And when taxes are raised to the point that they start screaming about them, maybe they will take the time to go to the polls in the next election. This is how President Obama got into office in 2008, by the complacency of the electorate. And don't think it can't happen again. We were saved by a Trump victory, but that could change, and who knows what we will wind up with the next time. Now, if you don't care who runs your local municipalities and don't have a say in who is elected, then you are abrogating your right to complain when the government officials do things you don't like. I'm not sure that many of our citizens understand that point, but you can bet when they start screaming, it's going to be because they get hit in their wallet, because that seems to be the only thing that gets them moving.
I think they like getting hit in their wallet.
Yes, it sure does appear that way.
Maybe you should like to get hit in your wallet.
I've been hit in my wallet. That's why I want to move out of here.
Maybe you need to get hit again.
It's the padding for the paddle.
Well, you know, you take a look at this, and I was amazed by the low turnout and everything. But, you know, you can say, you know, as someone told me when we talk about Star and everything else, the Builders won in Star. So I guess
they won in Meridian, too.
Well, they always win in Meridian.
I mean, this is like a mutual admiration society here. If you keep doing the same thing over and over again, you're never going to change anything.
Well, it's the definition of insanity. But, you take a look at Star, and again, like I said, I live there, and we're not selfish on this program, but my observation is we have a lovely mix of, we got the masseuse parlor on the corner. We've got the nail salon. I'm trying to think. We got the wine place, the 2 bars, the Subway. I mean, we don't have a big development in downtown. You have, I think, literally 2 stoplights in the city limits, and we have Toontown, and then you're going to put in this high density housing. Where are these people going to go? I mean, they all have vehicles, so.
What's going to happen to your taxes with the impact of those people moving in, that housing? That's what people don't understand. That's what they don't get.
I'm all about paying more taxes. I like that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't think the government gets enough. In fact, I can't wait for Trump's tax plan so I can not have as many deductions as I have right now. I like paying taxes. I think everybody should like paying taxes.
And then you can pay more to the municipalities because you'll have more to pay them.
As I say to my parents, I'm very honored that I'm going to work till my dying days to pay for their retirement and to my neighbor's retirement as well. So why not? I live to serve, so.
Well, I have to tell you, I thank you because you're serving me, and thank you for my Social Security.
I'm working to pay for you, and I gladly do that. I'm very happy about that.
Well, it's nice to know that there's somebody out there happy about it. Because if you ask my grandchildren, they're not.
Well, they just have to learn to give more, Who wants something for yourself? You got to give to everybody else.
Yeah, but charity begins at home with everybody nowadays.
Kumbaya.
Kevin, have a wonderful day today.
Thank you, our great friend, the Patriot from the Gem State Patriot, Tea Party Bob. And, we were talking about the elections and such. New mayor in Nampa. Mayor Nankolis wins in Caldwell. Mayor-elect Debbie Kling joined us earlier this morning here at KIDO Talk Radio. In Boise, looks like the same old crew and another levy increase. And look, instead of, I guess I've watched that Tony Robbins special on Netflix, and I'm just going to be positive about things. Hey, more taxes. Great. KIDO Talk Radio, time for traffic. A tragedy strikes a national figure in Major League Baseball.
I grew up around airplanes and always wanted to get my license, but it didn't happen. I ended up playing baseball, so it wasn't one of the things I was allowed to do.
Halladay appearing there in a video testament for Icon Aircraft. The 2-time Cy Young winner had been flying the Icon A5 at the time of his wreck Tuesday. Halladay had obtained his pilot's license shortly after retiring from baseball in 2013. The 8-time All-Star pitcher had owned his Icon A5 for less than a month and was among the first to fly it with only about 20 in existence. The Icon A5 was the model seen in another plane crash this year, according to the NTSB, when the company's test pilot and director of engineering were killed in a wreck in California, with pilot error being the probable cause for that crash in May. Matt Napolitano, Fox News.
KIDO Talk Radio, the death of baseball great Roy Halladay, losing his life tragically in a plane crash. Folks in Major League Baseball and across the country mourning his loss. Fox News will have much more on that coming up at the top of the hour. Don't forget, we're at Ridgeview High School here in Nampa, Idaho. Kevin Miller in the morning, promoting our school, securing our future, thanks to our friends at CapEd Credit Union and Team Mazda Subaru. Coming up next, we'll hear from our friends at CapEd. We'll also hear from the student body president at Ridgeview High School. And it's amazing when we think about this school. It's in year 2 of existence, already growing, but just a sample of the future here in the Treasure Valley, really in the state of Idaho, but we serve the Treasure Valley, of what we can expect. I mean, we're looking at more and more elementary, middle schools, and high schools propping up all over the place, and Ridgeview leading the way here. So we look forward to finding out more from the students and the faculty. By the way, if you would like your school profiled, you can simply email me, Kevin, at KIDOTalkRadio.com. Kevin at KIDOTalkRadio.com. We are getting ready for the spring semester, and we want to come to your school. You're listening to Kevin Miller on KIDO Talk Radio, Talk News. Fox News next. Good morning.